Please welcome Tom Thummery. You all know that I'm here, and your white privileges are going to save you tonight, okay, guys?
Been wanting to do this for 2 hours.
Balls deep in it. Like,
Yeah.
I jumped to the bottom, 12 foot down to the drain at the pool. Like, you gotta go there first.
This is Rebecca DePietro, former WWE diva, Playboy model, and Miss Hawaiian Tropic 2006. Shit, that was a long time ago. You're watching The Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for The Dog and Chicken Show.
Hello and welcome to the Dog and Chicken Show. I am Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks. And of course, thank you, veterans. We could not begin to express our gratitude for everything you've done and everything you future veterans will do. Again, this is episode 113. We are poultry free. And at the moment, I'm solo, but right as the gun goes off, holy shit, I'm not alone. The one, the only, Brendan Roy from Dad's Worldwide. How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic. I'd just like to start by saying you're welcome. And, yep.
Damn Skippy.
I drove a boat for 4 years and had some lobster. It's fantastic.
I'm not a big lobster fan, so I can at least get on board with the boat. That's fine. I can deal with that. I'm not into the seafood. I never have been. I don't know why.
Quick talk. Good to see you, Tony. I got to go.
Fair enough. Yep. What do you got there? You got anything in your hand there, sir? What you got?
Now, I know you've all seen it before. It's my victory nor defeat. I the first time I ever had this was on this show, and I gotta say I really, really enjoy it. So the only store that I know around here has it. I ran out and grabbed it. So
is that a local or is that just kind of a regional one?
It's actually made 2 towns over for me.
Ah, nice. Very nice.
It's very delicious, but it's very dangerous. I was
going to say it's probably got like a 9.5 ABV.
It's 8%, but
there you go.
It's a double IPA. It's fantastic. How about you?
Well, I'm starting things off with a glass of Wild Turkey Rare Breed because
so good.
Love me some Wild Turkey, and there's really not a Russell's brand product I haven't enjoyed yet. But I'm also going to do something on the air. This is a new one for me, so everybody brace yourselves for this. All right, I've got my glass of orange juice here. I like the Simply Orange, pulp-free myself, but everybody's welcome to have whatever brand or pulpness they like. They'd just be wrong if it's not pulp-free. What I've also got here is my own batch of homemade Kahlua. This sounds ridiculous, but I have seen on TikTok in the last couple of weeks, I don't know how many times people have sent this to me. Kahlua and orange juice, half and half. Apparently, tastes like a Tootsie Roll. And we are going to find out right here, right now, together.
This is so exciting.
I know. So excited. Like, I never have a good reason to dip in to the homemade Kahlua. I can think of no better reason than this. So,
could you give your recipe for the homemade Kahlua? I mean, I'm intrigued by that.
Oh, absolutely. I've tried a few different ones. This is probably one of my better recipes. I've had this batch for probably 7-8 years, so it's done nothing but get stronger. Oh, it even looks like a Tootsie Roll. My goodness. That is okay. Oh my God. It smells like one. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. He's taking his first sip. He's on the palate. Yep. And what do you think?
It's close. Maybe if I had the name brand clue, it'd be closer, but it is good. But the orange juice definitely stands out. The Kahlua stand, like you can tell. Anybody who just was handed this, I think they'd know what they were drinking. 100%.
Yeah.
It is pretty good though. Honestly, I mean, it'd be a good shot. I don't know if I'd sit here all night and drink these, but yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
Not bad. No, I'll give it a B- in a cocktail. I wanted it to be a little bit more, I don't know, Tootsie Rolly after everybody freaked out about it. But hey, what do I know? I'm just over here living my life, expecting things, and people lie to me. It's fine.
I'm waiting for them to bring back the Tide Pods.
Right? Oh my God, life was so much simpler when you could just come home after a hard day, kick back in the lazy boy, pop a couple Tide Pods, put on the Pearl Jam, and just vibe. You know,
The Pearl Jam.
I'm just spitballing here. I'm just saying. How's your week been, man?
It's been good. We got to celebrate last night, the 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
Yanked
How
up.
long did you stay? Yeah, Yanked Up celebrates 1 year last night. I got to jump in myself. I ducked out a little early, saved a bit of my fuel for tonight because I was figuring it was going to be kind of a slow start if I was all by myself, and I didn't want to bust my nut last night. Speaking of nuts, how's No Nut November going for you?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm struggling. I love cashews, almonds to a certain degree, mostly in the milk variety, but you know,
those
tough, man.
Yeah. Either one, really. I'm out.
Holy God, what was that?
Yeah, he flipped around.
Holy
Hi,
shit,
fellas.
folks! On a poultry-free edition, we get the one, the only, the big bucker himself, Chicken, and he is en route.
I'm en route to be Santa Claus or one of his elves or whatever the fuck I'm doing.
I would ask you what you're drinking, but even if you are, you probably shouldn't admit to that.
Body armor.
All right, very nice.
Yes.
Good choice. What is up, you Yanked Up 1 year? What is up to you?
Canceling folks.
And yes, he's right. He did forget the Z on the end of his name. We did discover last night on Yanked Up that you can pretty much hide from anybody as long as you add a Z to the end of your name. It's a very smart move. You should all try it. So we've got him here. The reason we wanted to get Chicken on here, regardless of when he showed up, he shows up early and saves this whole thing from drowning immediately. Thank you.
You're
Kyle
welcome.
fucking Rittenhouse trial, man. You've soaked up a lot of windshield time this week, and you've probably absorbed a lot more of the updates on this, had your finger on the pulse a lot closer than I have. A lot of the highlights I've gotten have been from TikTok and from this guy. So what can you tell us about this? It looked like they just motioned to try to end this thing tonight from what I saw.
So there was so that was yesterday. They submitted that motion. Let me start it from the beginning for anybody who doesn't know the Rittenhouse thing. So Jacob Blake was the guy that got shot in Kenosha by the police. He was the one who was going to get into the van, grabbed a knife, and then the cop shot him and unloaded the full clip. That's the joke. How do you know how many shots cops will shoot somebody in Kenosha? 7. That's how many their gun holds. Which subsequently got a juror dismissed in this trial for that joke. Sorry, I had to start that out.
Well, I mean, it is important. That is a vital chunk of information.
It is. It's an amazing chunk of information everybody must know. So anyway, so riots break out. You know, this is the summer of love that we're talking back August in 2020. Riots are breaking down. And remember the car lots, right? There was all the videos going online about the car lots and being lit on fire. Well, that was Kenosha. And so Kyle lives 20 miles away across the into Illinois. And him and his buddies came down. They work in Kenosha. His dad lives in Kenosha. He's got family all over in there. So he considers that kind of his community as well. So him and his.
If I could just
go ahead.
That was
Anytime.
That was one of the best things I saw when that happened. When the prosecution says, "Well, when you say your community, you don't live in Kenosha, so that's really not your community." Well, my dad lives there, and his face just, oh shit, like he didn't know that.
He lived there part-time.
He's just brilliant.
Yeah, this prosecutor, I'll get into that. This guy is a fucking joke. So anyway, we all know what happens from there. Kyle ends up killing a guy named Rosenbaum, which I'm going to refer to as, maybe I won't call him the pedo word. What should we call a Rosenbaum in this whole scenario? How about N-word guy? He was screaming the N-word the whole time at a Black Lives Matter rally. How about that?
Yep.
So Rosenbaum, he's the N-word guy. So he shoots N-word guy. Then there's Jump Kick Man, who got shot at. Nobody ever figured out who he was. He's the guy that ran at Rittenhouse when he was laying out in the street and tried to kick him in the face. Rittenhouse shot at him twice, missed. That guy ran away, never to be seen again. Nobody knows who he is. So we just called him Jump Kick Man. That's what they called him in the trial. Then you have Skateboard Guy. He's the second guy that got killed in this scenario. He's the guy that grabbed the trucks of a skateboard, tried to hit Kyle Rittenhouse and take his gun. He physically grabbed the gun and tried to take it from Rittenhouse while he's laying out in the middle of the street with a mob chasing after him. He gets shot in the chest while grabbing the gun. He kind of like pulled the gun to his chest, and then Kyle just pulled the trigger and took care of that. And then the very last guy, we'll call him the arm vaporizer. He shows up, gives the false surrender. He comes up with a pistol, false surrenders. Rittenhouse drops the gun away from him, looks over at Jump Kick Man. Mind you, all this happens in about 2.5 seconds. Like, this kid's like pop, pop, pop. Like he's having to think in like microseconds. So anyway, guy false surrenders. Man looks back, and arm vaporizer guy draws his gun back up and starts walking towards Rittenhouse again, which at that point Rittenhouse raises his rifle and vaporizes his bicep. And then gets up, runs to the police to surrender. And that's basically what happened. The video evidence on this whole thing is clear as day from start to finish. It has been since day one. All this shit was live streamed. And it's fascinating that this ever even made it to trial, in my opinion. What I find to be the most ironic, I guess, would be the way to do it. This whole thing is about police injustice and judicial system injustice and incarcerating people for no damn good reason when they really didn't do anything wrong. That's what the whole riot was about, and all the protests were about. And these same people are now getting all butthurt that Kyle might actually get off on these charges and not be incarcerated, improperly by a shitty DA. That DA's job's only been to put people behind bars for no fucking reason. It's just ironic to me that like Kyle is going to be kind of the poster boy, not only for the right and gun rights and the right to defend yourself, but he's also technically he's kind of the poster boy for injustice and what the original Black Lives Matter protests were all about to begin with.
Yeah, they what was that picture that Kevin posted, right? They're all talking about the 17-year-old with a gun, but they're not no one's talking about the felon with a gun.
Yeah. Also,
you fire into a crowd and you end up hitting a pedo, a convicted felon, and a career criminal. Yeah. So with that guy with the pistol, so the reason I didn't comment on Kevin's because that guy, he was like a petty crime type guy. I don't think that guy was a convicted felon.
Yeah.
But he was carrying that gun illegally. He did have a concealed carry permit, but it was expired. And he was concealed carrying that pistol that night. So technically, the only one by law that should not have had a gun that night was arm vaporizer guy.
That guy.
Yeah, because Kyle did not take that gun across state lines. Now, this is the funniest fucking part of the whole thing that came out in the trial is that was what everybody was bitching about, where Kyle, how dare a 17-year-old kid bring an AR across state lines? Well, he never did. He gave his buddy money, his 18-year-old friend or 19-year-old friend, gave him money to buy an AR, left it at his stepdad's house, locked in a safe until the night of all of this shit going down. So no, he never took it across state lines prior to the shooting, which was like the one big thing everybody who hates Kyle Rittenhouse was really banking on being one of the things of premeditated murder, which obviously, that's total horseshit. It's been this trial, and I could talk about this all night, but this trial was like I'm hoping, and I've seen a few things on Twitter, but it's like one of the biggest red pills that people needed to have. When I saw some random lady posted, she's like, I'm very progressive. I've always thought, because of what my friends told me, that Kyle Rittenhouse was a white supremacist and that he killed black people. And it wasn't until this trial that I found out he killed 2 white dudes and shot another white dude in the arm.
Are you kidding me? Like, that's
no,
really?
Really. Anna Kasparia on the Young Turks.
Yeah.
The girl on there that's she's got the worst takes ever.
Yeah.
She thought up until this trial, this whole time, she thought Rosenbaugh, which is the N-word guy, was chasing Kyle Rittenhouse, or Kyle Rittenhouse was chasing him. She thought that legitimately since the start of the whole thing. She's seen the same video as we did. She still just listened to all of her cackling hens that she thinks are important, and just was believing and pushing a false narrative this whole time, which, by the way, she was never flagged on Twitter, Facebook, or any other social media, or had any videos taken down on YouTube for spreading misinformation. And technically, it was actually Yeah, she was misinformed. We'll go with misinformation, yeah. But
well, I mean, that's because that was the accepted narrative, right?
Exactly.
Well, she's not gonna get nailed. Yeah.
No, she won't. She should, but she won't. But hey, kudos to her for she actually came out and said, hey, I was wrong. I need to correct the record. I've been wrong this whole time. So I don't know. Tim Pool was one of the ones that was like, hey, when Anna Kasparia does stuff like this and then comes out, you have to say, okay, great, this is good. Because if you don't acknowledge it and you don't praise them for it, they're never going to change and they're just going to go back to doing bad things. I get that point and that sentiment, but I don't think that's true. I think she's still just going to spew the same old bullshit. She's not going to learn her lesson. People like her never learn their lesson, and she's always going to be spewing out hateful bullshit rhetoric to just pretty much grift to her viewers. That's basically all they do now.
I mean, this just proves that they're not. I don't know. How do you tell? I was going to say that they're not real journalists, but what's a real journalist anymore? I mean, I guess like Glenn
they're
Greenwald,
they're yellow journalists,
right? Like they just call themselves journalists, but they don't actually do any investigation about it. They just report whatever they're being told or whatever they think is real. If you would have just, I mean, if she really watched that video, I don't know how you thought that Kyle was the one chasing people.
Yeah, it's just over time. Your buddies, brainwash you into believing whatever that. It's one of those things where the NPC left just keep repeating. It's that meme of all the NPCs out in the crowd. They hear one thing and they're like, "Oh, my friends believe this. Let's just repeat it." They're just mindless zombies at a certain point, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
I was going to say, back into the case. So if nobody watched it, like most everybody's seen the memes and seen some of the video clips from it. The best parts of it was the prosecution bringing people to the witness stand, and obviously did not vet or question or think of what the defense is going to question. It was bad. some of their star witnesses for the prosecution did more to validate Rittenhouse's claims of self-defense than damage his credibility or anything in any way. Like from the start, this whole trial was just it was a media show. And I like even the guy that got his arm blown off. This was probably the biggest turning point in the case. Arm vaporizer guy. He admitted to the defense's attorney that Kyle Rittenhouse only shot him in the bicep after he pointed a pistol at his head. That's it. Like, why are we here? Why are we doing this case? Like, he just admitted, he only shot me in the arm because I pointed a gun at him. Boom.
Well, I mean, Kyle wasn't threatened. Well, no, he grabbed the barrel of the gun and said, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Oh,
yeah,
what?
Yeah. That was the Richie McGinnis. Yes.
Yeah. It's
Richie McGinnis is a stud. What was that one guy calling him? He was the discount Matthew McConaughey. That's Richie McGinnis. Yeah.
That was fucked up. That was
awful.
creepy as shit. But yes,
Yeah.
100% true.
So yeah, that was the turning point when arm vaporizer guy just admits, hey, he probably wouldn't have shot my arm if I didn't point a pistol at his head. That was just like an explosion moment. And like every day, you'd like little moments like that were coming out. That was a huge point because I'm really surprised that they didn't just try to drop. It was the aggravated attempted murder is the charge he has on arm vaporizer guy. That charge should have been dropped in that moment right there. That's over. It's done.
Well, you could tell easily how he'd been groomed on what to say when he got up there, because every time he was asked a question, he was answering it the way that he was groomed to respond to it. And when
he'd
they'd
look
ask
right
it
at the
to him,
jury.
yeah, and then they'd ask him a different way, and he'd be like, well, correct. And then that was the facepalm moment. You're like, oh my God, really? It's just that was the most blatant just disappointment.
He
we
lied.
failed.
He lied several times on the stand and contradicted himself, like I think 3 or 4 times, because they would ask those questions, the same question in a different way. And they would be like, in your statement to the police, it says that your gun fell out of its holster. Is that true? And he goes, yeah, I said that. He goes, but did your gun fall out of its holster? He's like, no. He goes, so then you lied to the police? No. I'm like, how the fuck is that not lying to the police? Like, there's no point in that video where that gun falls out of his holster. He pulls it out of his holster, gets shot, and while his arm is vaporized, he's still holding the fucking gun. Like, he doesn't drop it until he starts getting medical aid, and then somebody else comes up, unchambers the fucking round, and drops the clip out to make sure nobody can fucking use the gun. Like, that thing was loaded with one in the chamber. And he never mentioned to the police that he had a gun, never mentioned to the police anything until later. He says it just fell out on the ground. And then says, oh, no, I didn't lie about that. No, that's a fucking lie, bro. What?
But you're on video. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the worst witnesses the prosecution had brought up on there. That was really, really gross, to be honest. That this is today's state of the justice system, which kind of makes me feel bad about the protesters, because maybe they had a point at the beginning of all this shit. So,
well, I mean the idea that the prosecutor didn't do his due diligence and actually interview these people.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny as shit.
It blows me away. Like I've met a lot of lawyers in my previous career, and I can't imagine not one of them. Like I one of the affidavits that I had to write, I mean, like, I just wrote the affidavit. I had to swear to it to a judge, and the assistant U.S. attorney was grilling me as far as like what was going on. So because he doesn't want to be blindsided, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the idea that this guy brought on all these witnesses, how long? I mean, and how long have we been waiting for this trial? Or
it's been over a year.
Yeah.
he had time to prepare. This is just absolute insane. He should be
the worst part is the ample time to prepare. And then from day one, you're looking at this like, this is the best that they've got. This was the best choice that they made for the prosecution. And this is what they've got to come in with this, guns a-blazing, no pun intended. But wow, if we're going to use the gun metaphor, talk about a cap gun offense. What the fuck is this? They're using his goddamn TikTok username as a way to make him look bad that he made when he was like 16. They're using
I thought
the
his
fact
TikTok
that
username was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was great. That's why I said last night, I'm like, nothing says regret than like the email you made when you were 14. And then they're using the fucking Call of Duty. You know, you played Call of Duty before, and tell me, is the goal of that game not to hold a gun and kill everything in front of you? And Kyle was so fucking calm in this moment. It's just like, yeah, it's a video game. That's not real life. And you expect a kid, even though he's 18 now, that's not the point. Like, you expect somebody under that pressure with this amount of stress on them to crack in that moment. And he didn't. Even in that moment, he was just like, I can't believe you just said that. They're making themselves look so fucking pitiful to the point where the judge
listens to that rock and roll music.
Yeah, he must be spinning the records backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, listening to Boston in reverse.
What the fuck?
But if okay, so let's talk about he gets a not guilty. How many people are going to be so pissed off?
Hold on, there's worse scenarios than that.
But there's more.
Oh, yeah. So here's what happened with the judge, because this is really important. Over the last 2 or 3 days, the prosecutor has pissed off the judge several times. Now, what you do in these cases is you present your evidence without the jury seeing it. Both sides have to agree, yes, we're going to let the jury see this. Well, there was, if you guys remember, evidence came up before the trial that 2 weeks prior to the shooting, Kyle had posted on Facebook or something that he wishes he had his AR because he saw the looters at another place that was protesting and rioting. So they wanted to bring that in. They're like, well, no, that has nothing to do with this case. He didn't have a gun. They're, his mindset and saying something randomly like that has nothing to do with what happened in Kenosha. So they said, no, you can't bring that in. And then there was the picture that everybody claims. I don't know if this is true or not. But remember the one where he did the OK hand symbol?
Yeah.
And he's supposedly with Proud Boys at a bar, and he's wearing a shirt that says free as fuck. So they wanted to bring that in, but that was 4 months after the shooting. Has nothing to do with the shooting.
Yeah.
So the judge, everybody agreed, no, this doesn't come in. We're not talking about this. This is dumb. Well,
which good on him for being an honest judge, because there's judges out there that wouldn't give a flying shit about something like that. But this guy seems like he's pretty up and up and all about protecting constitutional rights, which, holy shit, I can't believe they found the judge that would actually uphold constitutional rights.
Yeah. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Anyway, so those things are not allowed. Then there's also something that's constitutionally protected as an American citizen. This makes us unique amongst everybody else in the world, is that Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and not say anything. And that is never to be questioned. Now, when you go to, say you go to Europe or the UK or something, and you get put on trial, if you went a year without telling your side of the story, they're just gonna, that sounds bad. Just in general, to most people, even us, that just kind of, hey, bro, why haven't you defended yourself? What's your side of the story? Why aren't you talking? It feels like an admission of guilt. Well, in America, that's unique to us. We are allowed that without that presumption. Nobody's allowed to question us about that in court. So what happened is the prosecution brought up, I can't remember which one of the two, either the Facebook post or the picture, and they're like, whoa, that's out of scope. You're not allowed to talk about that. Judge kind of rips the prosecution's ass. And then 5 minutes later, he goes, so, Mr. Rittenhouse, you've had the benefit of sitting here watching everybody's testimony, watching all these videos, and you remained silent for over a year. And right away, the defense was like, objection. What the hell? What is going on here? And so they kicked the jurors out of the room for a little bit, and the judge like fucking loses his mind, and he's like, "No, you do not get to." First, they brought up the one thing. He goes, "I thought you left the door open for the one thing." He goes, "I left it open for me, not you."
Yeah,
me. Like
that was awesome.
I was like, "Holy shit, this judge is pissed!" Like, and then
judges don't like it when lawyers try to take over the courtroom. Who would have thought?
Right. Well, and that's pretty common practice. If you think that you should be able to bring this evidence back up for whatever reason, you do. Like you talk to any prosecutor, any lawyer, they'll tell you, I've been watching this shit all fucking week, and every single one, whether it was on a lefty channel or anything, they're all saying, no, you talk to the judge before you bring that evidence back up. That's just common practice. You do not want to, especially if you could be pushing a mistrial. And that's where this comes up, is he knows he's losing this case. So he's like, well, could I fuck this up slightly to where I get a mistrial and get to do this all over again? Well, and then he fucks up that Fifth Amendment thing, which crossed the line. And after he gets his ass chewed about that, then the defense actually did come back after lunch break and filed a motion to dismiss without prejudice, which means he cannot be charged or tried for these crimes ever again because of what happened there. Pretty much the judge was like, kind of gave the prosecution kind of one last little warning of, you better not do this again. I'm taking this dismissal into consideration. He hasn't ruled on it yet. Here's the fun part. If the jury comes back to convict and say he's guilty in any way, the judge can overrule that if he can state that it was basic law that protects Kyle from prosecution and that this should not have gone to trial anyway. So the judge can overrule that whole thing, or he can still accept that mistrial without prejudice even after that jury comes back to convict. So Kyle has three ways out of this thing. He can get the jury, he can get the judge, or he can get the dismissal without prejudice, and he can walk on all of this. So for somebody who's being charged with multiple counts of murder and claiming self-defense, it's so strange. He has more opportunities to get off on this than anybody else. So I'm guaranteeing he's getting off one way or another. I'm hoping it's by the jury though. If it's by the jury, you'll see less reaction, less problems. If the jury comes back and convicts him of any murder charge, I'll be shocked, one. And then I'll question, like, was there tampering with that jury outside the realm of the court? Did somebody threaten them? Are they afraid of the riots that may ensue afterwards? Whatever the case may be. We saw that in Chauvin. I'm afraid it's not as bad as Chauvin's, but it could happen. So they're on recess for the weekend. Monday they do closing statements, and they could come back with a verdict as early as Monday afternoon or evening or Tuesday.
Phew. That was just a fuckload to unpack. Oh my god! Wow. Yeah, this thing has been.
That's
so
the 30-minute
intense.
summary, boys. Like,
I know that was amazing. You did that was incredible. I'm so glad you got a chance to get on to do that, because I wouldn't have been able to come even fucking close to that. No, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was wanting you to talk about, was how he can get out and how badly they botched their angles on trying to convince the jury that this is a slam dunk in their favor, because even the judge is pissed off to the point where he's considering this thing to be a mistrial. And like you said, there's so many outs for Kyle at this point. And you're right, the jury would be the best one because the backlash would be less severe. But I will go back to this. I think at this point they are gearing up for an acquittal. They're gearing up for Kyle to get off, because the long game is 100% the fallout from this. And the fallout could be pretty nasty. And I'm not looking forward to that. Like, I think Kyle needs to get off of this, regardless of anybody's political affiliation. You look at this from the standpoint that we looked at this when it happened. We're like, this is clearly self-defense. And then all the details started coming out. Oh, well, he's not even from Wisconsin. Oh, he's 17. Oh, this happened. But even after all that happened, And even though he was 17 and his dad lives in Kenosha, so he didn't really technically bring a gun across state lines, and technically he has a way to say that he is part of this community. The thing that I come back to, I'm gonna, on my lefty side, I'm gonna go back to this. He was 17 when this happened, and it just disappoints the hell out of me that in that situation last summer, when things were as bad as they were, things got that troubled that we actually had to have armed 17-year-olds coming in and helping aid the situation, whether it be through medical help, whether it be through deterrence, or in Kyle's case, both. That we had to have 17-year-old kids out there being a good example, being an adult, because all the adults around them had lost their fucking mind. Now, 100% self-defense. You've seen it on countless different video angles, countless different footage, aerial footage, for God's sake. And now we've even seen it from the fucking don't you dare call them victims, according to the judge, the people that were shot. This is self-defense through and through. And if this kid was 18 at the time, this thing never goes to trial. This thing would have gone away. This would have never been a big story. But he was 17. So say you're in the strip club and Cherry wanders up to you and says, hey, I'd like to give you a lap dance on the house, but I'm only 17. Are you getting that lap dance, or are you going to come back in 6 months and try to get that lap dance when she's legal? That's the problem for me. Kyle probably shouldn't have been there. I think that's just bad on the parents in that regard, but it doesn't matter. It's still self-defense.
Yeah. That's the thing that just bothers me through this whole thing is like every argument I get on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter at Bark and Cluck.
Yes.
But every argument I've seen on Twitter is if they first they'll go to he brought a gun across state lines, and then you debunk that and say no, that didn't happen. Then they go, well, he killed 2 black people, and you're like, no, actually that didn't happen either. He killed 2 white guys. And as soon as you get to that base level of like, here are the facts now, the next thing they go to is, why was he there? He's 17. It's past curfew, blah, 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 blah. None of that matters. So 17-year-old there past curfew, that he's not being charged with that. That's not what's on trial.
No,
that's not part of he was there. Now you have to deal with that fact, and you have to move on. Yeah. Like, it's so dumb that everybody wants to go to this, well, yeah, Kyle shouldn't have been. I wish the kid wasn't there. I really wish he wasn't there. But he was.
That's the big thing. That's the big thing. I wish he wasn't. I wish it wasn't him that this happened to. Granted, if it wasn't, a lot of the adults that were there on their own volition to help protect, they probably wouldn't have been as good at handling the situation as Kyle was, unfortunately. But that's the other thing with this trial. You got to remember, this was a 17-year-old kid, and you saw that this week. You saw that.
That's another thing, though.
Oh God, the left.
Even if Kyle wasn't there, here's one thing that nobody's been able to like shut me down on is not pedo guy. What were we calling him again? N-word guy. N-word guy who has had charges of sexually assaulting children several times, was aggressing people all night. He was getting in people's faces. He was pushing. He was shoving. He was making physical contact with several people, lighting trash cans on fire, doing all this shit. And nobody wanted to deal with this guy. Even the protesters were holding him back and yelling at him. This guy would have got into it. If he would not have got killed by somebody else, he may have killed somebody else. Okay, something was going to happen with this guy, N-word guy, Rosenbaum. By the end of the night, something bad was going to happen. And one thing that they did not allow in court was he was actually just released that day from a mental institution. That was the bag he was carrying, was his bag of toiletries that he got from the hospital. They were not allowed to bring that up in court, but that is a fact. He was off of his medications because he had just gotten out of there, joins this fucking riot, and is running around calling people at a Black Lives Matter rally N-words the whole damn time. He was going to get killed more than likely by the end of the night. The dude's 5'2". Like, somebody was going to either fuck him up or kill him, or he was going to do something to somebody else. Like,
what's wrong with short people, chicken? You prejudice against short people?
No, Kyle Rittenhouse is only like 5'4".
You tend to be angry.
Yeah, his little guy syndrome.
Supposed to be Brendan.
Yeah, I the people that are like, what is he doing there? That drives me crazy. Like, okay, he was there.
Who cares?
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Chicken was right. That's
Okay,
not the case.
do we really want to talk about why he was there? I don't know. Did you see Washington, D.C. burn for like a month? Yeah, that's why he was there, because these riots were going on throughout the country and they weren't peaceful. Even though if you watch the news, they were mostly peaceful, although they're burning to the ground, right? They were burning businesses to the ground. In black-owned businesses, white-owned business, they were burning them all to the ground. So private property was getting destroyed. So why was he out there? To protect private property. Like, okay, so that's not acceptable to you. Well, that's too bad. He was there, and this is what happened. So I'm just floored that someone really thinks that he killed black people.
Oh yeah,
it's
that was a common thing.
That was the big thing for me when I was actually able to jump on like YouTube or TikTok, because TikTok's been covering this thing amazingly. The people that can go live, they'll just set up their phone and watch this trial, and you just scroll through your TikTok feed, and there it is. You can click on it. There you go. And the comments of TikTok, the people that have no fucking clue what is going on. I saw so many comments of who's this kid? And Kyle Rittenhouse is the one on the stand. Who is this kid? What did he do? What happened? People are oblivious to this situation. We've been getting beaten over the head with this for the last year, and people still have no idea. So you got to remember that.
To be
when
honest,
you're dealing with people.
we beat ourselves over the head with it a little bit.
Well, yeah, we did subject ourselves to it. But the people that didn't subject themselves to it and have no clue what's going on, those are the people that are easily influenced about this case and are the ones that are the loudest in the room of one when it comes to spitting the bullshit misinformation.
Are we going to talk about the ugly crying? We're just going to let that go?
I was going to say, we got to get to it at some point. I'm not going to play any clips of it. I don't want to show any pictures of it.
I love the memes.
Love the memes. Oh my God. They've been 50-50, the ones I've seen. Some of them have actually been pretty goddamn like dark, but fucking good. The other half, oh God, the left can't meme. Oh my God,
they're bad.
So painful.
They're so bad.
It's so bad. Now, I was trying, but before we went live, I had about 10 minutes. I was trying to find some, like a highlight video or something. I was just trying to find something. Whatever news site I clicked on, it said highlights from the trial. Oh, perfect. I play the video. I get 30 seconds in. It's 10 seconds of Kyle crying, and then the next 20 seconds were this guy going, well, the right always cries about crisis actors. Well, here's the two biggest offenders right here. And they showed him and fucking, what's
Brett
his
Kavanaugh?
ass? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, God, nope, click, done. Never mind. Don't need highlights. Oh, my God.
So,
Bias
Tony,
is so stupid.
Do you have that meme I made that I posted on Twitter? That
let me find it. Let me find it.
So I find this CNN article like right after Kyle cries. Like I had just gotten off work at like 9 a.m. I get home, I turn on the trial, I'm watching it, make a drink and watching it, and then I see Kyle like break down, start crying. And so I jumped to Twitter because I fucking knew people were going to be losing their shit on Twitter. And sure enough, a CNN article pops up and it shows him crying, and all the comments are all these lefty fucking blue check mark fucking weirdos going, oh, that's a fake cry if I've ever seen one, and blah, blah, blah. And like, they're all like ripping him for fake crying. So yeah, there's the meme. So I make that and I post it in the CNN article. So if you don't know what that meme is, if you want to put it back up there, T, when you see, some people aren't familiar with memes, obviously, after I posted this, those little people, those are what we call NPCs, non-playable characters, right? These are people that just listen to whatever they're told and repeat nonsense over and over. So I make this making fun of all of the dumbasses that are in there, and it gets retweeted 20 times by fucking lefties. The people that I am making fun of in this meme, that I'm depicting in this meme, are retweeting this. And people like are breaking out in fights into the comments and calling each other fucking Nazis. So one guy is like, now make one about Nazis. And so I make this one that's, I can barely see it. There it goes. Yeah. People who don't agree with me are Nazis. I make that one and post it. That pissed that guy off. But I couldn't believe the cognitive dissonance that they get, and ironically don't understand I'm making fun of them. Like, people are fucking stupid. Yeah, here you go. Here's one of the two stupid ones. You cross straight lines. Ah!
The borders are just imaginary lines on a map.
Yeah, they are imaginary when we're voting, but damn it, if somebody gets shot that we like, then no, they're important. Or they're not important
Yank.
if we're talking about like the border wall.
Yank, fuck off. I was working all night. I'm working overnights this week, all right? I can have a drink at 9 in the morning and watch a trial. There were a lot of amazing moments, though. They got a 50-some-year-old lady to get up on the stand and testify against N-word guy. She dropped the hard R. Oh, yeah, she did.
Whoa, that was I didn't expect that. Holy
like,
shit.
oh, shit. She's from a different generation, guys. Like,
Right. I haven't seen somebody drop the hard R like that since Joe Biden.
Oh, he was on live TV. That was great.
Oh man, that was surprising. But yeah, okay, so Kyle Rittenhouse, can we just agree that he's probably suffered at least a little bit of trauma coming out of this situation, whether it be from the incident itself or the fallout from it.
Yes.
It's a traumatic experience no matter how you spin it. Like, why are people trying to pretend that that's not a real thing just because it doesn't fit their narrative? Like, we're still talking about a kid in his teenager years, and 17, 18 doesn't matter. You can be 40, you can be 60, you can be 100 and still get a form of PTSD from a situation like this. So people pretending like he wasn't sincere when he broke down on the stand, like, give me a fucking break. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know if that was part of the fucking plan or not, but I don't think that was fake at all. I think he's reliving a pretty traumatic event of his life, and like it or not,
any time that you look at somebody that you do not personally know and accuse them of faking any type of emotion, you're showing tribalism. That's plain and simple. Now,
100%.
Now there's people we know personally that crave attention and fake cry, like your kid. Your kid will fake cry sometimes, like, because you're around them all the time.
Yes.
That, like, you can make that judgment on some people that you know really, really well. But somebody that you've never shook hands with and talked to and sat next to and know them, when you make that kind of judgment call on them, you are showing tribalism, unless it's Alec Baldwin. Like, did you see, I hate to shift course, but this Alec Baldwin thing when he came out and he did that interview and he was like, she was my friend. And then he stops, slows down and goes, she was my friend. Like, he was like, oh,
he was
shit,
acting.
That wasn't convincing enough. I need to slow that down and be more sincere. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That was acting. That was fucking acting. He doesn't know how to turn it off.
So aside from him, it was just tribalism when I see it, and it was so fun to just call it out when you do.
He says Tony's a good actor of emotions, unlike Brennan, who shows a lot of emotions. LMAO. Fucking shots fired, man.
Jeez.
I feel like Yank's been after me for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And by the way, I think I said mistrial like 7 times in that first monologue.
I'm just going to finish this
you boys
roll.
better drink.
Oh,
did you make that Tootsie Roll drink? Is that what that is?
Yes, I did, and it's not bad. Honestly,
it's orange juice and what?
In Kahlua.
Kahlua. Okay.
Now, if you use regular Kahlua, I think it'd be a lot closer to a Tootsie Roll. My recipe's a little different, and honestly, it's way better, but it doesn't give you quite the Tootsie Roll feel. Not bad, though.
I saw the crying, and that's like what you just said, Chicken. I just that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, I mean, not knowing this person, how do you judge that, right?
Yep. Yeah. You can't. Like that.
You simply can't.
You just can't. With everybody who thinks that they know Kyle Rittenhouse because of the events of the last year is
you don't
full
know
of shit. No.
You don't know. You don't know someone till you live with them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You really don't.
And especially considering trauma. Like this is going to be completely off topic. And yes, happy
real
Veterans
quick,
Day again.
Cheers to the vets.
Indeed. Cheers. Cheers indeed. I had this is kind of a off-topic question, but I have to ask this. I had this argument on TikTok. I've obviously been logging plenty of TikTok time in this week, but I go through like those Reddit stories, like they'll talk about the anonymous Reddit submissions. this woman talks about a event in her life where she was kidnapped at a very young age, held captive for a really long time, finally figured out a way of freeing herself, was reunited with her family and her siblings. And then at the end mentions that I'm happily married to my wife now and I have a good life, but it still fucked me up pretty bad. The comment section of this video was, most of the people were hung up on the fact that she was a lesbian. And
Okay.
because of course they were. Because of that's the thing at the end that you read, like, oh wow, oh my god, you completely glossed over the traumatic event of her life, and now we're hooked on the fact that she's a lesbian. A lot of the people.
Are you a hot lesbian couple?
Yeah, exactly. Is she hot?
Which one of you is the guy?
Yeah. Exactly. My comment was, well, of course she ended up being a lesbian. Trauma like that, regardless if she was straight or bisexual or gay to begin with, I can imagine that she wouldn't trust men after this. And immediately, some dude tries arguing with me that trauma can't change sexuality. Trauma can't influence sexuality. Trauma can fuck you up mentally. Trauma can change you mentally, physically, emotionally. Trauma messes you up and influences everything about your life.
20 bucks says that guy hasn't gone through any serious trauma.
And that's what I said. I'm like, have you ever heard of trauma? Do you not understand how trauma works? Trauma can make you straight, gay, bi. Trauma can make you from a Boy Scout into a cold-blooded killer. Like, trauma does terrible things to a person. So even if it is, and I could be completely wrong on this, but I think sexual orientation's pretty low on the scale of what can get affected by trauma if we're talking grand scale. What Kyle went through, and he came out pretty much unscathed other than some bangs and bruises.
Hey, we don't know yet. Kyle could come out as gay.
That's true. He could. And then
who knows? Maybe
then the left is going to have a conundrum on their hands. Well,
that's why he showed up to a Proud Boys event. He thought it was never mind.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Doing Shang. But yeah, trauma. I'm not saying
situations are. I've been through a few. It's crazy. Like you don't know how you're going to react. You don't know how you're going to react afterwards. You don't know how you're going to handle it, and sometimes that stuff could show up 6 months later. You don't know. Like,
yep.
I can't imagine killing somebody like that. And he killed 2 people. That's gonna work on you. I don't care. I don't care if
that was the emotion you saw on the stand. Like when he broke down and cried. That was when he was telling, I was like approaching and these guys were chasing me, and like he was reliving that moment where he was like, it's either me or them, and like, yeah, they're like reliving that in your brain for, the first time actually talking about it, especially publicly in front of a whole bunch of strangers and TVs watching, national, like it's fucking worldwide. People are watching, like that has to be. You could see he was hyperventilating, he couldn't breathe, like that. You don't fake that, like. That shit was fucking, like, I felt bad for him. I almost teared up fucking watching that. I was like, I remember being a kid and feeling that way sometimes. I've seen other kids like break down in that same way where they're just so emotionally overwhelmed. Like, yeah, like
it's a feeling of helplessness.
Yeah, when you see somebody like that and you have this tribal fucking urge to be like, oh, they're faking it. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not on trial for murder, so you know what? You don't get to say shit. Yeah. He gets to feel whatever the fuck way he wants in this moment because, yeah, like you said, you're on national TV coverage being grilled by people who want to send you to jail for the rest of your life, who weren't there, telling you the story that you had to live through in a very cold and calculated way, and you're being shown footage of it. Yeah, I can imagine why he would have broke down. You're right. It's completely ridiculous to make any sort of assumption, especially considering how he handled himself in the situation. Brendan, like you said, trauma can present itself anyway, and it doesn't have to be instantaneous. It can be down the line. Now, yeah, it's probably starting to unbox itself. So hopefully...
One of our favorite podcasters, Chicken, Michael Malice.
Yep.
Did you listen to when he interviewed Juanita Broderick?
I haven't watched that one yet. I'm actually gonna watch that tonight. Yeah, like 3 in the morning when I have nothing to do.
So she claims that Bill Clinton raped her. I don't know what it had to be 40 years ago now.
Probably, yeah.
And
Right?
Bill Clinton also killed a guy.
Yeah.
Allegedly. All of this allegedly.
All
folks.
this allegedly.
We would never make such assumptions.
I'm bringing it up because Juanita told the story to Michael Malice, and she was breaking up.
Yeah.
That was 40. That was like 40 years later, right? So can you imagine being a year removed from a high stress, awful situation?
Yeah, 1 year compared to 40.
1 year, and then telling the story, and I'm glad. I mean,
and he's only 18 right now. His brain's not even fully developed. Like he doesn't know how to process emotions.
Exactly. And if he is truly remorseful, then I'm that's a good thing. Like, and the fact that people
It shows humanity that he feels bad that he killed somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. So
the composure that he had in the moment when that was happening, regardless if you think he should have been there or not, he was more suited for that situation than most of the adults there on either side, I bet. But that doesn't mean that the fallout and the long-term effects and living with those events isn't going to be just as weighted down on you, if not more so, because he didn't go there that night expecting to have that happen. You can make any argument you want that, well, he went there with a firearm. That doesn't matter. He didn't go there looking to kill someone. He was offering help. He was there as a deterrent. He wanted to help. Whether his intentions were selfish or noble doesn't matter. He didn't go there with the intent to kill someone. I think that's pretty much understood. And if you disagree with that, that's more tribalism. So that was in the moment still pretty damn surprising and traumatic long-term effects after. So
Any questions you guys have on the trial or anything you've seen you wanted to know more about before I got to actually go to work here in a minute? But.
Sure. Brendan, go ahead if you had any questions.
I think really the last thing I was going to say about it is just the pictures I've seen and what the way he manipulated the firearm and that type of thing. It's obvious that he actually trained with it, and he actually knew what he was doing as far as the firearm itself. And you may not think that that's a big deal, or someone may not think that that's a big deal, but that's a pretty huge deal if you're going to present yourself there and as a protector, as someone who's going to be protecting private property. And I think all of us probably know that one person that bought a firearm after they took one course or spent an hour at the range and think that they're good to go to carry. They're good to go to, take care of things. And man, I'm just glad that he, before he put himself out there, he actually trained with it. So.
Yep. One thing that did get brought up along with that, the prosecutor did ask him, like, why did you bring a rifle? Wouldn't a pistol be more suitable for self-defense? He goes, yeah, but I was 17. I'm not legally allowed to own a pistol or carry a pistol. And he goes, but you can a rifle? He goes, well, yeah, it's a hunting rifle, and they, from 16 to 17, there's exceptions to carry a hunting rifle in the state of Wisconsin. So, like, Kyle knew the law. He knew what he could do and what he couldn't do. And he knew he couldn't own a handgun. He goes, I would have preferred to have a handgun. He goes, I originally asked to buy a shotgun, but the store was out. So a rifle was the only other way to go. Like, I wish I could have got a handgun because that would have been, way more efficient and easier to handle, but a rifle was my last choice. So he didn't even want an AR for the fun. Like, he got it because that was the last option.
Yeah, I think you can look at the footage of how he composed himself, and you can clearly see he knew how to handle himself with a firearm. This wasn't a kid who got inspired by playing Call of Duty like the prosecution wants you to believe.
That's what I got inspired by.
Yeah, obviously. Just the balls of them to say, oh, well, you play Call of Duty, so obviously that's why you were there. No. If he was influenced by Call of Duty, he would have not had any formal training. He would have had all
You know
the
how many
firearms.
dead bodies would have been out there on the street if he was
Exactly.
playing Call of Duty?
He would have been Danny DeVito. So anyway, I started
He would
started
have
blasting.
he would have been
Yeah.
like fucking dropping his ass on people's dead bodies.
Yes. Yeah, teabagging after he. Yeah, exactly. Kill confirmed.
Level up.
Yeah, this was not a kid fucking trying to emulate a video game. This was a kid with high respect for the firearms that he was carrying, high respect for the human life, and he gave everybody who attacked him more than a fair chance to back the fuck off. So, like it or not, we keep coming back to it, but the composure that he had, you can't teach that. That is just one of those biological traits. You either have it or you don't. God, I wish more police officers out there in the world had that kind of composure, because you can't teach that with any kind of training. You either have it or you don't sometimes. And wow, it's pretty impressive, even though it led to some bad stuff.
I mean, before he shot those people, he ran away, right? He tried to separate himself from those people, and they chased him. Okay, so this is what I don't even understand, like, why this is even a thing. You know, like, he tried to separate himself from them. They went after him. Like, this is so he's the bad guy because he's the one that had a gun. Like, or because he's
the bad guy.
Because it's a scary looking gun that people want to use politically. That's
the bad guy is always the one that survives.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because the one that survives is always the one that's going to be able to be attacked by whatever side that they're not on. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Well, you're dead if you don't.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks, but we've seen this over and over. The one that survives is always going to be painted in a bad light, and it just depends on how important that bad light is to the world around us to convince other people to join that specific cause. And unfortunately, this was just an easy one, given the climate that bred the situation that he was a part of last year. So, and again, I'm terrified to think about what the fallout from this could be. But even then, he deserves to get off scot-free because it was self-defense. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll wrap up kind of my whole thing on this deal. Like I was saying earlier, the BLM protests that this all sparked the shooting to begin with was about injustice and problems with our whether it be prosecutors or police or I know there was some racial pieces originally put in there, but the whole point of it was a bad justice system. And now you're seeing that bad justice system attacking Kyle Rittenhouse. And it's just this weird irony that this tribalism's pushing so hard to hate on Kyle, even though he's kind of standing up for the judicial injustice that's out there right now. So, it's fascinating to me just to watch all that. We'll see what happens come Monday or Tuesday with closing arguments, and then hopefully the jury we get a good verdict out of that. Hopefully the judge doesn't have to intervene, because that will cause problems. There's already threats of I believe it was Chicago PD told all their officers, vaxxed or unvaxxed, you don't get time off because we're expecting riots. Like, it's sad that we're gonna have to possibly go down this road again. But at the end of the day, hopefully justice is served and Kyle gets off on all this, because really what's at stake in this trial is your right to defend yourself, and defend yourself when people are peaceably assembled, to defend yourself against a mob, even if it's in person or on Twitter, no matter what the case may be. That aside, make sure Tony was talking about having the traumatic experiences and then knowing somebody personally and what caused them to do that. Check me out on Norwalk IRL, a YouTube channel, and got one on Facebook as well. I got a couple of interviews coming up. I got a musician coming back on, and then also have a lady who, when she was 16, was part of a group of kids that robbed a guy, and a few of them actually murdered that individual. And now she's, later on in her life, she's married, she's got kids, and she's, simultaneously living with that in her experience in prison, and then trying to live a normal life amongst everybody else. So like that'll be a really cool interview to have. Hopefully I'll have that up here in a few weeks. But a lot of cool stuff. Check out on Norwalk IRL, where we sit down and I find these people instead of being tribal. I find them on Facebook when they're talking shit, and I try to get them to come over and sit down and talk to me for 2-3 hours and get to know them and realize that they're either not that bad of a person or they realize I'm not a total asshole. So it's always a good time. But with that, I'm going to head to work. I'll be in the chat and I'll jump back on the post show, but like the next hour, I actually have to do stuff. So
fair enough.
I'll catch you boys later.
We appreciate it. That was awesome. Could not have said any of that any remotely as close to as good as you did. So thank you very much for jumping in, Chicken. Appreciate it.
And next week for the show, what are we doing? Since Turkey Day's Thursday. Oh wait, no. Oh no, that's 2 weeks
off. Yeah, 2 weeks off. 2 weeks.
So
off.
what are we doing Turkey Day? Next week I won't be on because it's my son's birthday, and sorry, he's more important than you guys.
That's fair. I'm guessing we're probably going to need to try out a Tuesday show or something on Turkey Day.
Wednesday would be better. But
oh, Yanked Up's going to get mad. Maybe we'll have to do a conglomerate.
we'll figure something out. Maybe Monday. I don't know. Maybe we'll pre-record.
Oh God.
Did
somebody say presidential elections? Said Phil.
Did someone say vaccine?
Oh shit. No.
All right. And with that, I'm canceled. We'll see you guys.
All right. Later, Chicken. Thanks for coming, man. Preach.
Ooh, I almost ended the broadcast. I better.
Don't do that.
No. It won't let me leave.
Here, I'll just boot you. You want me to just boot
kick
you?
me out. Kick me out.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm glad he was able to, because I have not been able to keep that close of attention to it, and the cliff notes I got. Wow. What a shit show.
Yeah, the few videos that I was able to really, really watch, I was like, why is this trial still going? The judge should have stopped it by now. Like, the judge should have just been, like, it's quite obvious. You, like, to the prosecutor, like, you don't know what you're doing. It's quite obvious. Like
that is the worst part. Like, they had a year to prepare for this. And I'm sorry, but this was the best guy you could find for the prosecution. This guy just reeks of unlikability.
I honestly think they don't have a case. Like, who else are they going to call to the stand? And then no matter who calls these people to the stand, the defense is still going to ask the same questions. And, maybe the prosecutor doesn't back himself in a corner like this guy's been doing.
Yeah.
However, the defense is always good. That's what they're paid to do. And if they're half decent at their job, they're going to find the angle. Yep. Now, that being said, that's why I'm saying, like, you like, this case is so bogus that
it is
that the prosecution can't even hide it. No, they can't even hide it, because even their witnesses are like, "Oh no, I pointed a gun at him." Like, he's like,
"I know
what?" Like,
oh man, I couldn't believe the way that he was folding that first guy. He just was that bicep guy, the one with the piercing and the curly hair now, and he's, like I said, they'd ask him a question, he's like, no, because that's not how they told me to answer. Now I'm confused. And then they ask it again, slightly different. Well, yeah. And he's being honest now.
Yeah.
And they face palm. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this. I can't believe this is a national trial. Like, Johnny Cochran has got to be watching this just embarrassed. Like, man, back in the 90s, I was kicking ass on TV. Look at these dumb motherfuckers. Just unbelievable. I can't wait to see what this does. And that's the other thing. I don't know. I had to jump out a couple of times in the middle of that, but the people that were trying to dox the jury, the people that are recording the jury so they can try to put the names and faces of the jury members out there. This is so fucking disgusting and just despicable, because this is going past believing what is right. Obviously, you don't believe in the Constitution, or you don't believe in self-defense, and you're just completely anti-gun if you think that Kyle deserves to even be on trial at this point with what the prosecution's laid out. But the people that are so ass hurt about the fact that this is going as poorly for the prosecution and that he's probably going to get off, they're so ass hurt that they're going to try to ruin the lives of 12 people who have to be impartial, who have to be unbiased, who are doing their civic duty by being members of the jury if they couldn't come up with a witty joke to get out of it. Those people don't deserve to have their fucking lives ruined by some woke PC culture night piece of shit that is so obsessed with seeing Kyle Rittenhouse burn that you're willing to fuck over more innocent people just to get the verdict that you want. Oh, and you couldn't get that verdict? So now you're going to fuck over people who have nothing to do with what happened. This is the disgusting response tactic bullshit woke culture crap that I cannot stand. Why would it fleet across your mind to ruin the life of somebody you have no attachment to, have never met, who's just doing their civic duty by trying to be fair and impartial? I can't believe it. And the call online, people online calling and praising these people to do just that. I wish I could say I'm baffled, but I'm more just disappointed in humanity. Like once in a while, I'm like, humanity's restored. You see one of those loving, caring, beautiful moments, one of those military homecoming videos, or somebody helping out a homeless man. And then shit like this. It's like, God damn it, my humanity was restored a minute ago, and now I'm back to thinking everybody just sucks.
I'm back to thinking I gotta murder somebody.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Oh, God. I can't believe it, but I can believe it, and I hate it.
Yeah. I was kind of the only reason I can think that they're trying to do that, right? Because if they dox those jurors, right, do they got to start over?
Well, I would assume that the knee jerk was if we can influence them to convict him by threatening to dox him.
I don't think that I think if they pollute the pool,
yeah,
right, and they can prove that they polluted it, then they'll have to start over.
Yeah, then the prosecution gets a do-over, and golly, they've proven themselves to be able to do that.
But even if they put a new lawyer on there, and they're just gonna have to go for something completely different. And then what are they gonna do? Are they gonna pull it down from murder to manslaughter? Okay, but again, it really it's so bogus. I really don't think that no matter what they do as far as prosecutorially, it's just never gonna end well for them because they don't have a case. Their case is shit.
Yeah, they're digging deep at this point. Yeah, the Call of Duty references, the TikTok username bullshit. I'm like, my God, you can't just show
the people that are doxing the jurors are just they're ass clowns. They absolutely have no. Be careful. I got semi-canceled last week when I mentioned schmack scenes for minors.
Well, you were spitting nothing but facts, though. I mean, oh my God, you've been on fire the last couple weeks. I like to think it was because of me. You know, I came on, I really just boosted your confidence, and then you go out and you hammer home a solo episode, and you've been on fire, man.
Thank you, and yes, it was Tony. It was all Tony. I just think about him. I become erect in my seat. You know,
hey.
I sit up. And you know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's the ultimate compliment.
The people doxing the juror. I don't. Again, I can't even think of a reason why that would even come to hey, we should go dox these people. What? They haven't even come up with a verdict yet. You don't even know how they're going to vote. So the idea that you're going to pollute people and you don't even know, you could be polluting them in the other direction.
Yeah.
It's just it's so stupid. These people obviously aren't thinking anything through, right? But I mean, these are the keyboard warriors. These are the people that are online that don't normally do anything. So it just, yeah.
No, I hope that now, like over the weekend, they got tomorrow, they got Saturday and Sunday reconvening on Monday, so they got 3 days. The fucking woke knights will probably come up with some other stupid plan that won't fucking work, but I hope not. Good God, yeah, what a shit show. We will see what this brings, but yeah, that was actually pretty good coverage. I'm glad we got to talk about all that, and I will mention this because you talked about it on Dad's Worldwide, and it was just so disgusting when I saw it. I'm like, if you want to be pissed off, watch this. You're like, I've been pissed off for a couple of days already. Don't worry about it. I think it was the Pfizer campaign. I don't want to get too deep into it because, of course, they're coming for everybody, but
Yeah.
this shouldn't fucking happen, people. There's an ad. There's a fucking commercial ad out there from Pfizer that has children. Like, we're talking under the age of 10. Children lining up and cheering and applauding and getting the vaccine, and that's fine. You know what you want? You want your kids to get the vaccine. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm definitely not telling you to do it. If that's what you want to do, I can't control you. You do that. And I'm not talking all vaccines. I'm talking specifically the COVID vaccine. If you're the first person lining up to throw your kid under the bus, and I mean, put your kid in there and get that vaccine, you do you. You do you. But to put an ad out there and say, these are the bravest kids out there. These are superhero kids. And if you want to be a superhero too, kids, get your vaccine. This is so fucked up. This is the same kind of thing that we used to try to snuff out in the 90s. Like, hey, you can't show a kid putting a fork in a light socket because they'll go and do that at home. Like, we used to do the opposite of this. But now we're telling kids that they're going to be superheroes if they go get a shot. So, mommy, daddy, I know what I want for Christmas. I want the Moderna vaccine, or I want the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. What the fuck was this? It was so... I couldn't believe I was in my own reality when I saw this thing. Oh, it was so weird. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
If you want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. But your kid should not be the goddamn test subject.
So...
allegedly.
Allegedly. All I'm going to say is 5 to 11, ages 5 to 11, in the last year of COVID, 66 deaths. That's it. That's
not just 2021. That's since it started.
Yeah, 66. So, well, I think it's October to October, but whatever. It's a year.
How many of those had underlying conditions?
Overwhelming majority.
There you go.
Almost 100%. So unless your child, okay, can you do some deductive reasoning here?
Yeah.
How about research? The first thing I opened Instagram this morning when I'm taking a dump, and the first thing I see is a video of, they're celebrating that their 5-year-old got a shot. Yeah. I'm just like, did you do any research at all? At all?
Yeah, this isn't measles. This isn't smallpox. This isn't the Black Plague vaccine.
Nope.
We're still talking about development and test runs and trials, folks.
They're not done yet.
You don't have to subject yourself to it yet. You don't have to do it. If you want to, and you're an adult and you have informed consent, go for it. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body. I'm not allowed to do that. Neither is the government. You do you. But your kids are a different story, but good God, children survival rate is through the goddamn roof, and natural immunity is a thing too. So just keep that in mind, folks. Like, good God, don't do anything hasty just because CNN or fucking Pfizer ads tell you. My God. I did want to bring this up. Yanked Up asks thoughts on Big Bird getting the jab. Hey man, Big Bird's what? He's got to be like 70 years old at this point, right? Which is ancient in bird years, I think. Yeah. My God, he's old enough. I think he's probably hung out with a lot of pretty important people over the years. He's met a lot of celebrities. How Big Bird is a celebrity. Big Bird can do what Big Bird wants to do, but Big Bird shouldn't do what he wants to do and then try to project that onto other people, or especially kids, because I'm pretty sure on Sesame Street he primarily hangs out with kids. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, that's why I was just gonna say that. Like that pretty much is like the superhero thing, right? Like just in a different context. You know, you're like, well, Big Bird's getting it. You should get it too. You know, like you're
So it's gross. It's so fucking gross.
It really is. It really, and it was mine. Don't do your own research. This is too dangerous.
It is. It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, you might get horse medication.
No, God, I don't.
So that's the thing. Like the utter vitriol. Like if you have even a remotely differing opinion, whether or not you have fact-based conversation, like you told me, I was throwing out facts, and that's what I was trying to do. I was throwing out articles that I was reading, including the New England Journal of Medicine, and
no, that's not reputable at all.
No, not at all.
Jeez.
The idea that they are approving these medications and they're not even through the full trials yet, like, and people don't seem to care, and which blows my mind. One of my mother-in-law actually messaged a friend and was like, "Hey, Bray just threw out a whole bunch of stuff," and this person actually said that, like, I'd rather have my kid vaccine injured than hurt from COVID. I'm like, wait, what?
No,
like that doesn't even make sense. I'm like,
no, because you get sick, you get immunity, you can survive that, especially kids. If you have adverse effects from any kind of medicine, that's typically long term, generally speaking. If you have some adverse side effect to a prescription, non-prescription medicine of any kind, that generally isn't just like a short-term thing. A lot of people fall victim to very long-term side effects. So no, natural immunity, again, that's a good thing. We want our bodies to be healthy. So, and I will bring this, like, I talked to a couple people who have encountered people that they know who got whatever shot that they got. That's fine. They did it somewhat willingly at the behest of some family members, and they ended up having a bad reaction. But at the same time, underlying condition might not just mean, hey, they weren't the healthiest person. Sometimes they're not the healthiest person because of things that they've subjected themselves to. If you're going to subject yourself to medicine, whether it's tried and true or new, doesn't matter if it's fucking erectile dysfunction pills or fucking Rogaine, make sure that your body is in a place where it can handle introducing something foreign into it. If you're fucked up from something that you did to yourself or that's just followed you around your entire life, don't do something hasty from peer pressure. Make sure you're healthy enough to handle it to begin with. That's my advice to people.
I agree, but the problem is our society is a give me a pill to fix it society, right? Like, so the quick fix, right? So you what is better for you? Taking vitamin D and other vitamins and zinc and exercising, or
you mean all those things in the Nature Valley bottles you can get at Walmart without prescriptions? But now since Joe Rogan suggested it, he's a witch doctor.
Well, Nature Valley sucks. You should get actually good vitamins. But yes, I agree with you. Yes, but still, like, like, no one's talking about actually getting healthy. Wait, are you saying?
Yes.
What?
That is the big thing.
They are?
Yeah, they are. What?
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about.
That's pretty open-ended.
I mean, let's be serious. Cocaine is tried and true.
It is dependable. You're right. Cocaine,
marijuana,
is very dependable.
I mean, come on. Everyone knows the side effects of that, right? A fat tire and some cotton mouth. Okay?
Right.
So,
yeah, tried and true.
Flat tire.
Like, we've done the trials on that stuff, folks, and we know now.
They're around a long time. Long time.
You're going to have a clean apartment and you're going to eat a lot. I mean, come on. What? It's not that bad.
Yeah, meth. You're going to need a dentist. We all know this.
You take a bump, you smoke a joint to calm down. You take another bump to get back up. I mean, it's fine. This is just it's part of being an adult.
Yeah.
You ever had a 9 loco, 5-hour energy, and a 4 loco? Just do cocaine like an adult. Allegedly. This is not medical advice. None of this is medical advice. It's just opinions, folks.
We were all serious like a second ago. So yeah. So yeah, there was talking about actually getting healthy, like actually, going out and walking. Most people don't even walk. Like, I mean, they have no physical activity. Their physical activity is walking to the fridge and getting another beer or a slice of pizza. The idea of eating right and actually like nice and actually taking care of yourself. It's just easier to take a pill. It's easier to take a shot. And then that proves, and then that gets, you get to prove that you care about other people. So
that's the worst part. I think that's what bothers me the most about it, because we're talking about, goddamn, listen here, go for a walk. Yeah, exactly. I think, yeah, you're 100% right. Nobody wants to get healthy from actually trying to get healthy. We all want that cheat code. We all want to punch in the fucking magic pill and just have it done for us. But it's not going to work like that. And unfortunately, no medicine usually works like that unless we're talking about something very, very serious that's detrimental to your health that you have to get addressed right away. What is a doctor going to recommend 9 times out of 10 if it's a small thing afflicting you? Diet, exercise, trying to get healthy. Here, take a supplement. Do something simple before going to an extreme length to try to solve the problem. But yeah, we haven't talked about that at all through this entire pandemic. Nobody besides Joe Rogan has said, "Hey, go get healthy."
Like, you really have to look. I know, that's why I laughed. Dalton.
Oh my god,
I love him.
Oh wow.
Oh,
bravo. Wow.
So you really have to get off the beaten path to find doctors and people that are talking about this type of stuff. Like, when this all began, there was a Hasidic Jewish doctor. I don't know, is that wrong to say? Hasidic Jew? No, Hasidic Jew.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah, so he was treating people with zinc and the chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, right? So he was treating people with zinc and hydroxychloroquine, and they didn't have any trouble with COVID. And as soon as it started, it was just like, boom. Well, why is that? Well, it's an antiviral. So, like, he knew that, like, okay, this is what we got to do. So, but you don't want to hear that. Like, no one wants to hear that. No one wants to. And you're telling me that they didn't gather together and do religious ceremonies because the government told them not to? I can guarantee you, if any people did not listen to the government, is those people. They don't care. Like, that their religion is it. Like, that's their thing. So
yeah.
So these people were arm in arm, I'm sure, for many nights. So it's just the idea that, like, you have to really not watch. Like, I had to tell my mom to stop watching CNN and NBC and CBS. Like, I literally told her, I'm like, you need to turn the fucking TV off. Either watch a movie or don't watch anything at all, because I'm like, you're starting.
It's opinion based, and people
even their quote unquote news portion is just full of garbage. Just full of garbage.
Well, with the zinc and quinine thing, like, I remember, like, when I was doing all the best of highlight videos over 2020 here the last few months, looking back at some of the early ones, we played a clip of a chiropractor. I forget where he was from, but he was talking about zinc and quinine. He's just, like, stressing. I'm like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that's a fine treatment. I'm sure it's probably something that they're not going to recommend right now, because we still want to live in fear. We still want to push the masks. We don't want to tell anybody that something's actually going to work, because then maybe they won't wear the mask. They won't socially distance. This was early on. So we're still talking about, like, a healthy, natural treatment that you can get in any fucking Walmart supercenter or grocery store. But it was so strange the way he went about telling you to do it, and the levels that you would actually have to take it were so fucking off base. Like, this guy can't be serious. You would literally have to be injecting yourself, like, 24/7 with the quinine to actually get the effect that he's talking about. Like, you can't physically do that. No, that might actually mess you up. So again, opinions are great. They're like assholes. Everybody has one, but yeah, make sure your source is reputable, and CNN's definitely not it. Yank joins us. How we doing, Yank?
What's up?
Yanks?
Oh,
Oh, it's a different guy. He's got a Z. I don't recognize.
Yeah, you don't recognize me. All right.
Yes,
I don't have a
Hank.
map. I can't do nothing.
West says Mormons are now the most admired people when it comes to vaccines and government overreach. Wow. Well, the Mormons had to be right eventually.
Those are the people that soak, right? Do the soaking.
Oh, God. Yes, the jump soaking and the soaking. It's beautiful. Like, I wish I would have got... Man, I wish I could have gotten in on that trend so many years ago. It would have been so much fun.
Honey, it's not sex. We're just going to soak.
Yeah. Honey,
Okay.
come on. I love you. I only want to be with you. No, my friend Sharon here, we're just soaking. It's not a big deal. Just helping her out. She's feeling parched. Needs a little soak action. Actually, would you like to join us? You can jump on the bed for me. It's the most ludicrous concept. Like, I want to know who inserts the penis in the vagina, because that's still a thrust, damn it. What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
How many of those is like, you're just like, the first pump was like, oh.
Yeah, well, okay,
shit.
that's true.
Like,
how many one pump jump? Yeah. Or they got 6-7 good pumps, because after the first one they're like, I guess we did it wrong. Well, I'm already this far. Oh my God. Dalton says, you mean the Amish? Amish.
The Amish.
Yeah, Amish for sure. Mormons are cool too. They're all cool, man. They're all cool. Love all our Amish, and Mormon brethren. Holy shit. All right. What you got, Yank? What do you think? Anything you want to touch on what we've talked about so far?
Told you I was coming inbound. I completely spaced off what you guys were talking about. So I clicked my phone down and I was like, oh, I could go outside and get some beers and
rip it up.
Fair
of course,
enough.
heard Chicken unload on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. So
yes. Well, in that case, I've got we did this. I started this on the post show, but I wanted to get to it on the air. And we've still got viewers. What few are left, or what few will wander in and go, what the fuck's going on in here now? We started this on the post show, and I want to get some thoughts here.
Oh, that's right.
Get
we
it on
did
the
it
air
the last time on the post show, and Dalton was a part of it, and I think we had troubles getting through questions because shut up.
Well, I've got that too, but before we get to that, I got to get through this.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. What do we got here? We got a. Oh, Dalton Commerce says Amish. Boy, he's really obsessed with those Amish. Okay. And Gloria says the Trilateralist Commission is intended to be the vehicle for multinational consolidation of the commercial and banking interests by seizing control of the political government. Barry Goldwater. Thank you, Gloria. You just blew Brendan's mind.
I mean, that is really like, this is where we go from soaking to the Trilateralist Commission. I mean, this is like, this is what listen, people, this is what you call highbrow. All right.
We're all about the highbrow.
Yeah.
Highbrow entertainment, and just
we leave no subject untouched.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. We go to the beach. We turn over every rock trying to find that buried treasure.
Gloria, I want you to don't forget to hit that like button and share.
Yes.
Yes.
Here in just a second, I'll show you where it's at. It's right there. Right there. Boom. Like, share, and subscribe. All right. So let's get a little less serious now, folks. I want to get your thoughts on it. It's going to get sexy in here. All right. We're doing this. It's going to be hot. Don't fall in love, but we're going to talk about who the hottest NFL quarterback is of each team that I have prepped and ready to go if they were a girl.
Oh, God.
All right, folks, we're starting off again. We did this on the post show one night, but I gotta run through it again. We're starting off in the AFC North. Before we go, Gloria did have one more. Just an extreme oath of induction. I will hang, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls. And now it's time to look at guys as girls.
Yes.
Hey guys, I think Gloria's a serial killer.
No. She's just very well spoken, Brendan.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gloria. We'd appreciate the comments. We're starting off with the Bengals. We're in the AFC North, folks. We got Joe Burrow. Look at that fox. My God. Kind of looks like the chick from Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I remember. Yep.
Less angry though.
Eyes. Yeah, much less angry.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little emotion there. So.
Oh yeah.
So we got Bengals, Joe Burrow, Josephine. Then we move over to the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. I mean,
she's gonna take all your money, dude.
She is biting her lip.
Sorry. And I'm
this
sober.
girl is ready for romance. She's biting her lip. She's giving you those bedroom eyes. Like this girl knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to take it. Holy crap! Here comes Baker Mayfield, folks. The fucking 5 o'clock shadow and goatee are gone. And my God, this is what Ryan Reynolds' daughter would look like if she played in the NFL. Holy shit!
Yeah, he makes a hottie.
God, said don't fall in love.
I forgot we did this.
There was one of those, good nights.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, gotta go over to Pittsburgh.
Karen.
You knew it was coming. Fucking Pittsburgh and Big Ben. Oh my good God, that's
She's
hot.
She's like one of those. She's like one of those dance instructors, that teaches kids that are just like angry all the time. Like,
what's that lady's name?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. She's really big and heavy, talks a lot of trash, and beats the kids to hell.
Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Yes.
All right. So, out of these four in the AFC North, I think we established this on the post show, but we like Joe Burrow, we like Lamar Jackson, and this is just Karen.
Resting
playing quarterback.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Big Ben, you're out. Is it not Baker Mayfield? My God,
Baker.
that is
It is.
gorgeous woman.
Totally.
My God.
Although she's got a giant forehead, but we'll overlook that.
Well, there might be some more hair underneath that bandana. We don't know.
I'll
try to find another when he moves on to the next round. I'll get another picture. We'll see if he still holds up. All right. We won't just recycle this one, even though, God damn, this one could be on a calendar. Anyway,
dude,
all right.
If she was biting her lips, it'd be over. It'd be done.
Dude. Ooh. Anyway, we're going to move on to the AFC East, folks. Baker Mayfield wins the AFC North. We're moving on to the AFC East. Here we go. Wait. Oh, I need to go the other way. Maybe. Here it is. Buffalo. Josh Allen. Cute, but
Almost
very confused.
Right?
Very confused.
Look like she's just got a shock of what your package looks like.
Oh my God, that's what happened here. Oh my God, Big Ben just dropped trow, and she is just stunned at what she's seeing.
Oh, you really have a vagina. Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so
what a micro penis looks like.
Ignore girl Josh Allen for a second and look at regular Josh Allen. Does he not look like fucking Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yep.
A younger Chris Pratt.
Yeah. All right, let's move on over to Miami and Tua Tagovailoa. Holy shit. Actually,
the 5 o'clock shadow's still kind of there on the mustache.
Okay, yeah, but she's playing quarterback, all right?
Yeah.
You can have a little
fun. Do anything but add a ponytail.
They shaved Tua.
Yeah.
A little, not well.
They got rid of the white shirt he was wearing. I noticed that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Still intrigued.
I'm trying to figure out what would. Yeah.
I assume if Tua has a sister, this is legitimately what his sister looks like. Like, it just has to be.
Totally.
Forgot to wax your lip there, Miss Tua. All right, let's move on to the Patriots. Mac Jones.
Ooh, firebrand.
Brendan, you calm down.
Oh,
Ginger.
I love them redheads. All right.
Honestly, like, who doesn't know a redheaded chick that looks like that?
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, there you go. I mean,
ones.
if it would have reduced the butt chin a little bit, I'd have been so much more on board with this.
No, she's hot. I'm just frightened.
I said don't fall in love. Brandon, hand check. Okay, all right, just checking. All right, and last but certainly not least, from the AFC East, we got the Jets and Mike White.
Oh, gosh.
Now,
Again, like they just added like long hair.
I know. Nothing else. Nothing. I love how the goddamn war paint stayed on. I like how his ears were set up perfect to have gorgeous long hair behind them.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not bad though. Not bad.
Nope, not terrible.
She looks pissed, but something. I just can't figure out what though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing she just got intercepted.
Oh, that's right. We're talking about football. Sorry.
It's the Jets. Come on. So out of the AFC East, who we like in here? Do we like Josh Allen? Do we like Tua? Do we like Mac? Do we like Mike White?
I'm going Tua.
Oh, whoa! Brennan's going with Tua.
You're just getting the diversity in, or what?
Beard.
Oh, all right. Brennan likes Tua. Yank, who you like it?
Redhead, man. The redheads always get me.
Yank is going with Mac Jones. All right. I'm honestly, see, I'm split. Like, okay, it's not
so disappointed. It's just I
know.
Get past that.
I kind of like girl Chris Pratt here, but that's not my favorite. Tua, she's cute, but it's not my favorite. I'm torn between Mac Jones and Mike White here. I really am. I was leaning towards Mac Jones, but now I'm thinking Mike White. Just people, comments. Who you thinking? What do you like? Dalton Carter says, looks like the kid from Dazed and Confused. Oh my god!
All right.
Oh my god, that's true. That makes me like him even more now. Heather says Mac. Oh, yes. Heather's going Mac. Okay, so we've got 2 for Mac. I think that's a win. I'll take Mike then. I'm going to take Mike White, but that still does give it 2 for Mr. Mac Jones, and the Patriots are going to win the AFC East. Who looks better as a girl? There we have it. So right now,
there you go.
We have got Mac Jones is moving on, and of course the seductive, luscious Baker Mayfield. My God. Anyway, my God, that was beautiful. And hot. I told you it was going to get steamy in here tonight, folks. My God. All right, so those of you still with us,
up real quick.
Those of you still with us after that, I do have one.
Just joined us long enough to rate fake women.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you assume anything. It's 2021. They can be anybody they want to be.
True that.
All right. I got one more segment. We're not going to get through all this, but we'll see what happens. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was busy with the screenshot of paper.
I wish my soundboard was like really loud right now so I could play it for you, but I know it failed yesterday. So,
okay, Chicken. Before we move on, then, if you wanted to throw your hat in, Mike White or Mac Jones, let me know. This could still be on the docket. Let me know, Chicken. All right, we are gonna get into this. We're gonna start this, and this is fucked up. It's gonna be fucked up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but you've been warned.
You're never sorry.
No, you're right. I'm literally never, ever, almost never sorry. So we're getting into some would you rather. Oh my God. Chicken says Mac. There it is. Clean sweep for Mac. All right. There it is. Patriots win again. What do you know? All right. We're getting into some fucked up would you rather, and this is going to be nasty. Number 1. Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life or join in once and make it stop? I know Yanked wants to take this one. Yanked. Yanked.
I'm back.
There's no wrong answers here, okay? This is a free space. Safe space.
That's what scares me.
Maybe you didn't hear me. I'll say it again.
Is there a
Would you rather
tolerance I can throw myself off of? No, that's not an option.
No, that's not an option. You know what? This guy's not afraid to strike first.
I just about
Chicken says join. Chicken says join. He was not afraid to draw first blood. He says join. What a
just
bold
to make
move.
it stop. Yep, I'll go with Chicken on that one.
Wow. Yanked is also going to join in to make it stop. Brendan, how you thinking on this one?
I don't think I could. No. No.
They don't get better from here. I'll just warn you now. It's not like they're going to get better.
I can't imagine. I mean, watching it is one thing, but like I feel like after a while you just get desensitized.
Oh my God.
You know,
it doesn't have to stop.
Then does it have to stop?
Oh my goodness, Chicken.
Oh.
You know what? I thought I knew you guys. You know, I gotta go.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm of two schools of thought on this. One, do you really want to make your parents stop having sex? I mean, it's a perfectly natural thing. Who am I to say, hey, you shouldn't do that anymore? That'd just be rude.
You don't have to watch it anymore, I think is real.
That's the pertaining to the question. I mean,
okay. I was just thinking on a larger scale, but you guys and your stickler for rules, whatever. And also, it does not say what role you have to take by joining in. You could just be the one to film it. I'll film it once if it means I don't have to watch it.
I'll jump on the bed.
I'll jump. Oh my God, you can help soak. Yes. All right.
There you go. It's finished.
Brendan, for the win. I'll help him soak once, then I never have to watch again. But Brendan, you saved us again. That could have gotten really nasty.
Thanks. I'll try. I'll try to keep it. I mean, I gotta throw up. Hold on.
Yeah, that's Number 2. Would you rather smell like poop all the time and not be able to smell it yourself, or have your significant other smell like poop and have to smell it all the time?
Why are we talking about Joe Biden?
It's topical.
So be the president or
be the president's wife.
Be the stinky president.
I didn't expect that one. That's great. Oh my God. I love this. This is so good. I think, oh man, this is actually kind of tough. I think I would prefer to not be the smelly one, honestly. I think I could handle.
Yeah.
I think I could handle the other person being smelly.
Yeah, I'm really checking on this one.
Yeah, Chicken says, I don't care. I'll smell.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
like, I unfortunately know a lot of people that this actually does apply to, because I work at a feed mill and I sell to hog farmers, and a lot of them go nose blind to it, and they don't realize it. So, yeah.
I go to wastewater plants all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to smell it.
My nose is basically blind to most things anymore. Fuck it. I'll smell like shit. Just piss everybody else off around me. I mean, you guys, you're online. You ain't got to smell me until they add that feature to webcamming. So you're fine for now.
Yeah.
You'll live. I don't talk to anybody else in the real world. Oh my God. This one's actually fucking... This might be the most gross one I've seen yet. Would you rather drink a gallon of mayonnaise or a gallon of ketchup?
Oh, that's easy. Ketchup.
Ooh. Why ketchup?
Oh, it's easier to go down. And then mayonnaise is just nothing but fat.
Yeah, but ketchup has mayonnaise in it anyways, so
No, it doesn't.
Really? Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm thinking something else. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm completely way off topic. Sorry. What the fuck has mayonnaise? Oh,
fucking yanked up, sorry. And dads worldwide are about to throw down about the ingredients of condiments. Love it.
Ketchup.
Chicken coming in with "I'm American" ketchup.
Yeah, America for Americans. Eat some ketchup. I feel like maple syrup should be included in this.
What are you, Canadian?
Yeah, you get the power from the big brown lips. No, it's Vermont, man.
Got to open the throat. It's not 1,000 Islands, says Heather.
Those bird lips.
Yes, I know. That's what I was thinking was Thousand Island for some stupid reason.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when he was like, "Yeah, it's in ketchup," I'm like, "No, what the?"
Oh,
like my initial thought was to go with ketchup, but I live in Nebraska, and we kind of drink mayonnaise on everything we actually.
Isn't there a challenge out there to you take a tablespoon, try to eat a tablespoon of mayonnaise?
Oh yeah. That's easy.
Yeah, are you sure it's not the cinnamon?
No, Tony, please don't.
He's gone. You lost him, dude. We have little control of the show now.
he was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
Watch this. Now he needs to go get the cinnamon. That was the cinnamon challenge. You ever see the people that do that with cinnamon?
Yeah. They
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because you don't have enough moisture in your mouth to actually process it. It's just
exactly,
and it's so spicy, right? People don't understand cinnamon is spicy.
Yes.
Cinnamon and sugar is delicious, though.
It is.
Yes.
White.
It's very good. It's breakfast of champions, folks.
Where's the mayonnaise?
Would you rather lick a homeless man's toe or chew a piece of gum you found sticking to the underside of a table?
Gum.
Yeah, gum.
Convince me.
I think no. I'm gonna go.
You gonna go oddball on us?
I'm gonna go with the toe.
What?
I'm gonna go with the toe because here's the thing: you can look at the guy and you can kind of get an idea of where the toe's been. Maybe you can at least make some assumptions. You can see what kind of footwear he's wearing, if he has any footwear at all, and you can just do a quick.
That man's foot has more miles on it than anybody around.
If you throw the gum in your mouth,
drunk and actually pisses on his feet.
They could have pissed on the gum.
Not likely.
Oh, it depends on where that gum came from. Come on. You don't know where the gum was before you put it.
It's on the side of a table. It's not like they pissed in someone's mouth and then took
You're not putting the toe in your mouth.
Brendan gets all serious, motherfucker.
You can take a lighter and you can burn your tongue real quick after you lick the toe. But if you put the gum in your mouth, that's your whole mouth. You only get one of those.
Yeah, Chicken does have a good point.
Well, Heather says gum, I don't do feet, and Chicken says, can I see the toe? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can scope the lay of the land a bit. I'm gonna give one of these. I'm gonna give a quick, and that's it. And we're out. And I'm not putting the gum in my mouth. But yeah, in all honesty, I'd probably take the gum.
Brendan got so defended on that.
I know. That was the best part.
How is that even a possibility?
All right. Would you rather be super itchy all over forever or be really sticky all over forever?
Fuck.
That's tough.
I think I'd want to do sticky. I
I would do sticky only because I want to go to one of those money in the box fucking things and just stand there. I'll be okay with it.
Oh, that's true. That's
Being
true.
itchy, you're gonna turn super red.
Heather says sticky.
Later, you're gonna end up breaking skin, and then you'll just look like a
Heather, that was really quick. I'm just throwing that up.
Chicken says, "Wait, why am I sticky?"
That's whatever.
I'm a mom. I'm used to it. Yes, there you go.
Fair enough.
She's right. Sticky. I hate being fucking itchy. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. And I get itchy all the time from the fucking grain dust that I'm around. Hate it. Scratch myself. It sucks. Yeah, I'll go sticky.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely sticky.
Sticky icky.
Icky. Would you rather have your farts be super loud and smell like nothing, or be silent and smell horrible?
Silent horrible.
Yeah, I'd have to be silent and horrible. I have plenty of kids I need torture.
Yeah, half the fun of farting is seeing other people's reactions.
Especially when you have the windows locked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But if it's super loud, you could like go on like, remember like the Howard Stern show? They had the John the Farter. He made a career out of that shit.
But really, I mean, the fun of it is like watching the cringe moment where they go, oh, like they just you see them walk into the cloud, right? You see the initial, like, what was that? Like shit, and then the oh god, like so. I mean,
oh yeah, when you're in the store, you just like let one go in the freaking aisle and you walk away and hope no one sees it. And
how can you you can't crop dust people if it doesn't smell like anything?
Chicken says silent and pass out horrible. I think I'm leaning that way as well. And he also asks, can I make a fart sound while it's silent? Sometimes people need to know. Yeah, if you want to announce to the world that was you, yeah, you are more than welcome to that.
I farted. Absolutely. Good luck.
Heather, you're quiet on this one. Heather?
Yeah, why didn't Heather respond to this?
Yeah, what's up, Heather?
Strange. Number 7. Would you rather pull out your own thumbnail off? Would you rather pull your own thumbnail off with a fork, or put a toothpick under your big toe and kick a wall?
My foot just like cleansed.
Oh man, you've seen those videos, right? Where they put the fucking toothpick under the toenail and they kick the wall. I honestly think I'm gonna go with the thumbnail. Yeah.
I think of that. I think of the Saw movie where like the nail goes through the person's finger and
adult. I quit this game.
Yeah, this sucks. This one's bad. No. Oh man. I'm gonna go with the thumbnail because my thumb's big and wide and it'll grow back. It'll be fine. But that fucking toothpick.
That just the thought of sticking it there and just go whack. It's
I've done similar to the
I did get a toothpick in my big toe when I was a kid.
Oh,
no joke.
That's a big splinter.
Dude, someone left it on the ground and I came running around the corner and I don't know how. It went right into my big toe. Oh my god. It was sticking out.
Oh.
I've been shot with the air nail guns.
Ooh.
A buddy shot me with, it was like the finish nails, shot me from like 50 feet, hit me right in the ear, dead on.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like right,
how'd that feel?
like right on the lobe. That's where it was. I was like, dude.
Oh God. All right, moving on.
I guess thumbnail, I guess.
Would you rather puke up slimy slugs or have bricks come out every time you pooped?
Okay, Harry Potter.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like concrete bricks?
Well, I would assume we're talking, well,
Like,
yeah, I would assume, yeah, brick. Like, yeah, like a hard concrete brick, yeah.
Oh my god.
ow. At least the slugs moisturized.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Till you put
Yeah.
salt on it.
Okay, yeah, slugs. I feel like that would be a lot easier to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
I love how we have to like really think into it before we answer.
Well, yeah,
anything.
you can't just answer all willy-nilly.
Yeah. You don't
Why not? Joe Biden does.
crazy.
Heyo! Would you rather eat a cockroach found in your house or eat a worm that just crawled out of the ground outside?
Worm.
Worm.
Yeah, 100% worm. Yeah, that's not even a question. Not even a question. Chicken says slugs. He wants to eat the slugs that he puked up. That's gross. Next, would you rather take a bite out of a live fish you just caught or take a bite out of a live but non-venomous snake?
Fish.
I'm
Sushi.
up for
Fish.
Yeah. I'm not a sushi fan, but yeah.
I don't like sushi either, but, you know...
What would Bear Grylls do?
honestly, they say snake doesn't taste fucking half
Stay in his
bad.
hotel room and not go anywhere.
I think I'm with Heather. I think I'm going to take a bite out of the snake. You know why?
I like
You know why?
fish,
You know
but
why?
not raw.
Because the snake wants to take a bite out of me, so I'm just going to give it back to the snake. Boom.
Okay, but what kind of a snake? Trouser snake? Garter snake?
Non-venomous. Not a trouser. Not a trouser. All right. Let's get one more in here before we move on to a post. We got number 11. Would you rather cry out tiny rocks instead of tears or sweat pickle juice? Ugh.
Mm.
I love pickle juice. I mean,
Ugh.
My kids love pickle juice too. So
I'm not a big pickle fan, but God, rocks sound really unpleasant.
I would have to go with the pickle juice only because I drink tequila and then you just shoot it with pickle juice.
mark
really
time
good.
2 hours 50 seconds. Tony's not a fan of the pickle.
I'm not. No, I'm not a big
He's
fan
not
of pickle.
he doesn't like tickling his pickle.
Well, that's something totally different. Big fan of that.
Sorry. I'm just
Big
screwing
fan.
everything up tonight. Ketchup and mayonnaise. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the pickle juice. Yeah, rocks sound really unpleasant.
Yep.
Now, all right, so we got 11 into a 40 questionnaire, and we are 2 hours in.
God.
Heather also agrees. Pickle. There we go, folks. So we learned a lot tonight. Honestly, like the first hour was fucking all about the Rittenhouse trial drama and where we're moving on from that. Monday, we should find out a lot more about how that's going to end, but it's looking very likely that Kyle Rittenhouse is probably going to get off of this thing, and rightfully so. You can have your opinion on it. Just before you make your educated opinion known to the rest of the world, at least do a little bit of research on what the law actually does say. The laws are in place for a reason, a lot of the time, believe it or not, to protect individual rights. They used to be anyway. And in this regard, yeah, Kyle's actually getting protected by a lot of those laws and the Constitution. So it's nice to see that for a change, regardless of what you think of the situation. It's a breath of fresh air to remember that we are protected as individuals and as citizens. It's just unfortunate how that has to happen sometimes. We discovered that the Patriots and the Browns have two sexy fucking quarterbacks. My God. Baker Mayfield. Wow. Sorry, I got distracted there. Pfizer's all about poking kids, and that's that. And, mayo and ketchup don't make Thousand Island dressing. What did you guys learn?
What?
I'm sorry, I just blacked out. What happened?
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, why don't you guys shill yourselves before we call it a night? Yanked, what you got?
Yep, from Yanked Up Podcast on Facebook. It's always a pleasure being on this show. Always a pleasure when these two
Don't lie.
yahoos come in to the show and keep it entertaining. But yeah, go over Yanked Up Podcast on Facebook, and that's really all I use right now. So I've really dumbed it down.
Fair enough. Brendan, what you got?
emotions.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm Brendan from Dad's Worldwide. Actually, no, scratch that. Forget Dad's Worldwide. No, I'm just kidding. Dad's Worldwide. And on Twitter at Dad's WW or at Your Politics Sucks. And that's for a reason, because as my name here says, your government sucks. Is fine.
Yes.
But come check us out. We talk about all kinds of dad stuff. We talk to a bunch of different dads and have a great time. Just try to laugh. Although lately I've been pretty serious, because I think if you're giving your kid the shot just because you're an idiot. So
yeah. There you go.
Fair enough.
Don't hurt.
All right. Yeah, no, that's a good place to end it. Yes. Do not hurt kids. And that specifically means your own kids. That means other kids. And that means kids that maybe were in a situation that you don't agree with, but doesn't matter now. They were there and things happened. And now you got to remember to be a human being.
Oh, so, Tony, one more thing.
Oh, Brendan coming back.
Yeah, sorry. I just want you to know, I think Tony said that Kyle needs to get off like 50 times. Yeah. I think he's really concerned with Kyle getting off.
Really
oh my God.
Chat about that, but I was like, no.
When Chicken was specifically saying there are like 3 different ways Kyle could get off right now.
that was so hard to not say anything.
Yeah. I really had to bite my tongue.
Really hard about this. I was
like, I was like, I'll wait till the end.
Yeah. He's like, the easiest way to get off would be from a jury. And here we are making asses of the situation. That's what we do here on the Dog and Chicken Show, folks.
Heather,
like, share, subscribe. This has been episode 113. Thanks to Yanked at Yanked Up Podcast. Thanks to Brendan at Dad's Worldwide. And, of course, thanks to Chicken, who even jumped in before he had to go back into work. From the Dog and Chicken Show, from Big Buck and Empire, from Norwalk IRL, I, of course, am Tony fucking G. From Big Buck and Empire, the Dog and Chicken Show, and, of course, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. And he wasn't here tonight, but I do make frequent appearances on the KOE Nation for liquor reviews and all the other fun stuff that Lord Phil KOE does as well. Thank you, everybody. You know what? A lot of good comments in here tonight. We had Dalton, we had Tyler, we had Heather, we had Gloria was coming in with some fucking highbrow comments. Giggity, yes, you're 12. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Chicken. I'm just stalling for time at this point, mostly because I didn't have the outro pulled up and ready. I'm just saying words at this point. Yes, I'm Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. All that being said, thank you for joining us. Join us again next week for episode 114. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do. Doesn't matter. Join us. We'll see you then, folks. Love you. Bye. That is not what I meant to play.
I was just thinking, I'm like,
are we back on locals?
I don't know. It just said outro, and I clicked it. I'm like, that is
go.
What I want. God damn it, Chicken. That needs to be.
We have more backups for backups of anything that we all got to taken down and everything.
Yeah, we gotta fucking delete that outro because that's gonna get us canceled. All right, here's God damn it, Chicken. And he's even laughing at us. What's Dalton got? Just more words being said. Yeah, just go ahead and stall.
Hey, where's the post show link?
Yeah, I just realized I didn't. God damn, I'm all sorts of fucked up. Here you go, guys.
Well,
I got it. What about Chicken? What'd that bitch say?
Usually have him. He's already got it set up before you even think about it.
No, I do have it set up. And here it is, folks. All right. For real this time. I love you. We'll see you next week for episode 114.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. Nice. El Dorado.